So what we're doing is we're pressure testing. We're going to pressure test this coil using a valve stem that's going to have a valve stem in it. We're going to attach this here, solder it in place, and then we're going to squeeze this shut, solder it, and then we can put our gauges on it with the and pressurize it. But I also sanded it down. Pressure testing the coil, because somewhere in this line there's a leak. Somewhere it's either the coil, and we already pressure tested the line set. See how they're soldered shut here? It's already been pressure tested. It's not leaking, so we need to test the coil. Stick it in there, squeeze it down tight as much as you can to minimize your soldering. Pull your valve stem out because it has a little gasket. That little rubber blue, that's a gasket. You'll burn it up. Pull it out. Wet rag. Always put a wet rag in place to protect anything beyond the copper, because the heat will travel in. This is called soldering. Solder stick. Not welding, that's a different animal. This is soldering. Gently touch it. If it doesn't start to melt, keep tapping it till it does. I did it sideways because it's a little easier to solder it shut. So this is my suction line, my low pressure side, and now this little one is my high pressure side, my liquid line. There's of course no Freon in there. It's already been drained out, pumped down into the condenser. So I'm going to solder this shut here. Now, if there's no leaks, then the gauges won't move when we shoot it with nitrogen. I'm going to shoot it with about 150. I'm going to shoot it with about 200 psi, if I can get that much in there. Now let it cool before you replace your valve stem. Right now there is nothing in that coil, nothing, no Freon. It's empty. Cool it down. You don't want to melt your gasket. Got the gauges?
Yes.
Cool to the touch. Stick your valve stem in there. Get your little valve stem tool. I always snap it twice. Okay. Gauges, please. Hand me up the nitrogen, Joey.
Yep.
And I will hook that son bit up like a son bit.
So they had the line sets capped right up here.
The line set, yes.
Okay. I was only asking because, they pressurized both lines separately.
Oh, they did. Yeah. What's going on with this valve stem? How come it won't take my chingadera? Okay. Here you go. Hand it up to me. I'll get it. Or you want to hold it right there? Okay. Do something, Joy. Wait. Okay. Okay, it's reading 0. We're good there. All systems go. Crank it when you're ready.
I
don't know what's going on with these TEDs, man. They're weird like that. I had the same trouble up here. There it goes.
Yep.
Crack it?
It's on.
Somebody turned this. God dang it. I don't know who messes with that regulator.
I don't know, because I don't ever touch it. And they worked over at the last house we were at.
Alright, so I'm putting it on. Let me see. I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna take it to 200, maybe 250. Put it under some pressure. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it to 250. If I have enough nitrogen, I don't know. Okay, 225 would be good. $250 would be better. Wait a minute. Oh, that's because the air's blowing. Then you turn this thing off. I think this thing's leaking like crazy. Where's this? A gas unit, so it's got to be plugged in somewhere. Why can't I hear it?
Why, is it dropping?
Yeah.
It's in the coil. I hear something.
Well, it slowed down at 200. Maybe it was just a pressure thing, you know? It's dropping slowly. I don't hear. All right, all we got to do now is we're going to leave it pressurized and then mark where it's at. and we'll know. Check it in another day or so, unless it's that obvious. Sometimes it is. And that's that. Pressurize it. Whenever it stops, you put your piece of tape across wherever it was, and come back in a day or so, pressurizing the coil.